So, this is my current project, which I have just put the finishing touches on. As you can see, it's about a $100 Walmart bike, which I turned into an e-bike using a Bafang 1000-watt motor. It looks to me like everything worked exactly as planned. There was a couple of problems with the company. They didn't send everything the first time around. I had to call them up, but they were quick to adjust. It seems their shipping department probably has some problems they need to deal with. But once I called them up and said, hey, I'm missing these parts, they said, okay, we'll send them right out. And they got here within a couple of days. So just to go over this battery, according to what it says it's a 48 volt 17.5 amp hour, yet if you notice on the screen it says 52 volt. I don't know where it's getting those extra 4 volts at. And they told me they couldn't send me a 52 volt, so they said we'll send you the 48, but I don't know what they did, because like I said, it doesn't look like that. Anyway, second thing was the lineup on this motor was really tight. Now, this is a cheap Walmart bike, so the bottom bracket's not really, it was not made for this. So if you look at the bottom bracket, it's very thick. That's not normal for most bikes nowadays. This bike is probably about 7-8 years old now, but most of them use a narrower bottom bracket. This bottom bracket gave me trouble trying to put it in because there's not any clearance between it and the motor casing. So I actually had to use a bit of let's just say persuasion to get it fully set. I was also using a bottom bracket adapter. Anybody who works on bikes would know what I'm talking about, for the old single piece cranks, using a bottom bracket crank. There's a bottom bracket adapter for those. And then I had to use this chain guide because the gear set tends to sit out because of how thick it is. It tends to sit out a little bit more. And what happened with the original gear, which I also had some problems with that, the original gear, it would come off the front, the crank. So then I had to replace the original gear that they sent me, which is the wrong one. I had asked for the bigger one anyway. And this one actually, if you look real close, right there you see the scrapes. I had to put spacers on it in order to keep the back end from hitting the inside of the motor. This one fits much better, and this is the 46 tooth that you have to request. So I would suggest you request the 46 tooth. Frankly, it gives you a higher top speed. If you have a gear changer in the back, then you don't need the lower ones. In any case, everything seems to work. Gear shifter still works. This it just shut itself off from inactivity. There you go. This works. The gear shift interrupt is that right there, and the only thing you have to do with that is just feed the cable through it.
when you feed the cable through it and tighten it down so it doesn't go anywhere, it senses the cable moving inside there. I think it's mechanical. Certainly feels like it's mechanical. It rattles when you move it, when you turn it, like so. But top speed right now is right around 30 miles an hour. These brakes, I would not suggest getting a Walmart bike to do this to, because these brakes, you can see the marks. They're already starting to wear. They are not made to stop a bike going 30 miles an hour. And these were brand new. These were absolutely brand new Tektros I put on here because I was worried about the original ones. Because the original ones were stock pieces of crud. So, anyway. Oh, something cool about this light. Notice the light's not on right now. The light only comes on when it's dark. So if I cover the light sensor, that should flip on. Hold on. Where's my light sensor at? There it goes. Take my hand off, and there you go. So that's actually a pretty cool feature. You don't have to worry about turning the light on and off. But comes in miles per hour. You can change that in the settings. It gives you time, gives you trip time, gives you mileage. It's a pretty nice setup. Here's your trigger. I'm not going to push that right now because I'm on. If I do, it'll start taking off. But this is your trigger setup. Here's your on and off button with the plus and minus for your helper. So the plus and minus is for the helper motor, and it has 9 stages of helper motor. So I think most people would probably want to, if you're going to be using this for exercise, probably want a 3. That'll cancel out all of the drag that you have from the motor being so heavy and the battery being so heavy. And by the way, this thing is now a beast. It probably weighs somewhere around 50 pounds. It is really heavy. But once you put the assist motor in, you don't notice it. So your assist motor will enable you to move much faster. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it. It's been an interesting project. Wasn't too hard. I would think most people could probably complete this as long as they can figure out what they're missing, because that was the hard part. I had to figure out what I was missing from the manufacturer. They had forgotten to send me the gear shifter interrupt, which, by the way, most of them do not come with that. If you do buy one that doesn't come with that, make sure you buy one, because it will tear the crap out of your gearing if you don't. In any case, that's my recent project. And if you look on my webpage, you'll notice that I had to take off all of my other improvements to this bike in order to put this project together. So I wasn't using it, so it seemed like a good idea to turn it into something completely different. In any case, y'all have a good one. Give me a call if you have any questions on how this thing goes together. I'll be happy to answer, or an email, or a message on my YouTube. All right, have a good one. Bye.